Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Crime and Entertainment. We have here today a very special guest. We just spoke for a few minutes off air, and she is into all kinds of stuff, beer, wine, a little bit of adult entertainment. Please welcome to the show, Alexis Fawx. Alexis, how you doing?
I'm doing good. Thank you so much for having me.
Well, I am certainly excited to have you on. I've been looking forward to this. Now, real quick, we spoke, like I said, off air. You have a lot of things going outside of, just the adult entertainment, realm, but we'll get into that here in just a minute. But real quick, kind of just tell everyone a little bit about your early years, kind of like where you grew up, what was childhood like, and then we'll get into like what led you into going in to the adult entertainment field, and then we'll kind of work our way from there.
Okay, cool. So I'm Alexis Fawx. I grew up in a small town in Pennsylvania. Grew up in a small town in Pennsylvania. I used to be in the Air Force. Joined the Air Force to get out of my small town, move around, do something else. I think it's what a lot of people do.
Yeah.
Started going to college while I was in. Eventually, that landed me in Miami. Eventually, so from traveling around the Air Force, college, whatever, I ended up in Miami, which. I worked, the corporate stuff. I've done anything from like litigation, consulting, and research to writing international and domestic patents for the United States Patent Office. I've done all sorts of stuff. And one day I just got sick of it. And I was like, you know what? I'm really tired of working for somebody else. And so I didn't know at that time exactly what I would be doing. And so I hauled off and quit it. And then I started, having some fun, enjoying some time off finally, and eventually led me to Craigslist. And that's where I ended up on a Dancing Bear set in Miami, Florida. And that was really the start of my career. Kind of taking you through very fast. Huh?
What you said it was a dancing set?
No, it's called a Dancing Bear. It used to be, I guess it might still be on. It's like a bridal party, and it always turns into like blowjobs and sex. And then Bang Bros had their headquarters office in Miami, and that's who all produced it. And that's where I got my start, really.
Oh.
Yeah, so I just kind of fell into it. I had a really good time.
Wow, I bet I mean, is that kind of something that you wanted to go into, or was just like, you know what, fuck it, let's just give it a shot?
Well, when I answered the Craigslist ad, it was just to be an extra for this Dancing Bear. Now, Grant, I'm a free spirit. I've had a lot of sex. Whatever. I enjoy it. I have no problem with it. And I've watched porn. So when I was like, oh my God, Dancing Bear, I know what this is. Yeah, of course I want to go be a fucking extra. I wanted to go see live sex. I that time when I responded to that ad, I had it wasn't like, oh, I want to be in this film sucking dick. I had no idea. I thought I'd be in the back, maybe show my titties, kiss a girl, whatever. I wasn't even thinking that far ahead. I was just like, right. Yeah, I want to go see live sex. So I show up, and they go through this laundry list of different things to do, like kiss, show your tits, and eventually they were just going to dick sucking that day, blow job. And you can make this amount of money. Now, mind you, I wasn't working at the time because I hauled off and quit a job, and I was just enjoying Miami. And I was like, wait, I can make that much doing a blowjob? Sign me up. So it literally was like I didn't think, like, I wasn't like, well, I didn't give a, I never gave a fuck what anybody thought. I did not give a fuck what anybody would think at that point, and I still don't give a fuck. So it was just like a no-brainer. I was like, oh, blowjob? I mean, they don't even last that long. I can suck dick pretty good. At least that's what I've been told. I mean, I've always had a good end result, right?
Well, if you're good, they don't last that long.
I've always accomplished the task.
Yeah.
I understood the assignment. So I wasn't even nervous. I'm getting my makeup done. I was feeling cute. I was like, all right, I'm going to suck dick today. Okay, cool. We got to the location, got in line. I had this really wonderful woman that was sitting next to me. I wish I knew whatever happened to her to this day, because I would love to say hi. So if she ever listens, reach out. But yeah, she was like, I didn't know her. I mean, we met right there. I went by myself too, by the way. I didn't go with friends. I went by myself to this place to see
solo.
And I got to my turn, and all I knew is I didn't want to take as long as the girl before me. I wanted to suck the stick the best that I could ever do it and get him to come as fast as possible and collect that check and get the fuck out. So I did. And I had a great time. They really liked my performance and my enthusiasm for it. And, you know, and really all you're doing at that point is just mimicking what you've seen and what you've done that must have made other people feel good, right? So you're just
Right.
going ham on everything. Got to make that impression.
Yeah.
And yeah, they liked my performance. And before I knew it, I was booked for MILF Soup, which was the very next day. Because of course, I didn't get in when I was 18. I was already in my 30s. And so yeah, I was booked as MILF, and you know, already had big tits. And as soon as you have big tits, you're MILF anyway.
Oh yeah.
But yeah,
I-
that's pretty much the start of it. I ended up getting contracted with Bang Bros pretty quickly for a while, and did all sorts of sites for them and stuff. And then I took a little time off from pro shoots and did camming. Camming was just coming out at that time. I remember when I first started camming when it was paid per hour, which is hilarious because we were getting paid $20 an hour, and now look what the girls make.
Oh yeah, they're probably making that, some of them, a minute probably.
I was gonna say I make more than that in a minute. You know what I mean? So like, it's just crazy how things have grown and evolved over time and all kinds of stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was the beginning of it. And if you would have asked me then, like at the very beginning, like, you know, did I see myself winning awards, living in Vegas, having the products and the brands and the things that I'm doing? I had no idea. I had no clue. It was literally, holy shit, I get paid to do this. This is cool. Okay, let's figure this out. Let's make this work.
Well, especially too, like if you were someone that enjoyed sex anyway and were a very sexual person and open with your sexuality, then that in turn, to me, that becomes of getting paid for something that you like to do anyway.
Yeah, so it was like a no-brainer for me. I don't have
Right.
any hang-ups with sex. I really like intimacy, and you know, obviously what we do on camera, yeah, it's technically, I guess you could call it intimacy and sex. So you have an intimate moment with your partners at that moment, but still at the end of the day, it's fucking work. We're still collecting, she's collecting a check, and so am I. We're not showing up and doing this shit for free. We may look like we were having like there's times where I will almost walked out with my check because it was a great scene. Your endorphins are running and stuff like that. But everybody on set's being paid. It is not like, hey, you want, you know, even with content, you know, for OnlyFans or any other, there's so many sites out there now and platforms you can use. I might grab a drink of water here for a second, but
Go ahead.
yeah, but shit, what was I saying? Oh, so even like with content and stuff like that, you know, I run content shoots just like, you know, you would on set. We have paperwork, you know, and you know, we have our set, you know, with with women, I usually collab with guys, depending. Sometimes I like the little fetish. I like to please the men. It makes me feel, I like it. I like that feeling. I'm like, I'm paying you to have sex with me and leave. It's a little kink, whatever. Or I will collab with them too, because there's a lot of great male talent out there. But yeah, I enjoy paying the men sometimes. It's kind of funny. I like it.
Kind of a role reversal.
A little bit, you know, and it's kind of hot. I think it's fucking hot I wish more women would go out and get escorts, you know, and stuff like that. I think it would be fucking great, like male escorts. I think it'd be a fucking fabulous
That's something that I don't know if it's really like as big as, I don't know really that if it's never been that big.
As popular as it is with men. You know, men like
Right.
to I feel like men, or it's on a super down low with women, because women aren't as about it openly, unless you're like someone like me. I'm like, yeah, I would pay men to have sex. I mean, I've never hired an actual real escort because I feel like I'm in a very safe environment, doing, you know, collab work and stuff. It's all very respectful. You know, there's a camera. I'm a camera guy. You know, I'm not, you know, it's not a date.
Right.
Let's have fun, and we're both there to make money. So either way you look at it, we're still walking away with a check of some sort, you know, whether it's collab or I'm paying someone's rate. It also works out for write-offs to pay people's rates and makeup and stuff. Like sometimes if it's a newer girl, I'll pay for their makeup. They're a newer lady. You know, I know maybe their rates aren't the same as my rates, so and so forth. You know, help them out a little bit. Sometimes, you know, or maybe sometimes they also know their own makeup. So yeah, I'll ramble. There you go.
Well, that's cool though, that like you went in basically going in what you thought was an extra, you know, like you said, maybe show some boobs, maybe do some kissing, and then next thing you know, you're like, that's what I can get for sucking a dick. Well, I'm game, and then that just kind of sets you on fire.
Yeah, I mean, I've always been a person that likes to fuck, so it really wasn't like it really just wasn't. It really wasn't like, you know, I had no attachments. I don't really have attachments like that, so that works to my benefit.
So like right off the rip, like, was there anything that you was like, all right, well, I don't want to go into that? I mean, or was it pretty much I'm game for whatever, you know, women, men, whatever the case may be?
Yeah, I was doing boy, girl, and girl, and anything that came my way. I mean, I wasn't turning down anything. I mean, I wasn't doing anal, but back in the, like when I started even 13 years ago, doing anal right off the bat wasn't a thing. Now I feel like girls come in and they do anal like that, which is fine. Like I don't get to, it's not, and maybe it's just not as taboo as it was. Like, oh my god, I'm putting in there a pooper, you know. Oh my god, guess what? You know, like I can just imagine some dudes, you know, elbowing their dude at your guy at work. Oh my god, Sally let me put it in her ass this weekend. A little couple glasses of wine, fucking, you know, woo! It was great. You know what I'm saying? Like,
no, absolutely. I mean, it's one of those things that I feel like, you know, people, it's something that I think everybody at some point tries, but it's like, that's the point. That's the stuff you don't tell people, or, you know, or women, I guess, more than men. Like you said, guys will, you know, talk about that themselves. Yeah.
Yeah. Let's talk about it with our guy friends. Like, holy shit, I stuck it in her ass or something like that, or whatever. So I didn't do that right away, but I was game for anything else that came up my way. Like, you know, again, I started not at 18 and stuff. And I really think like how people, you know, when girls come in now, you know, they're pretty much game for everything. No one's not really, some wait for anal. Like they're like, oh, I don't do it in my personal life, which that was my thing. Like, I don't really do it in my personal life unless I've had a couple glasses of wine. Hence, that's why I can tell that story. But so, and I know I don't drink or get fucked up or smoke my weed or anything on set. So I'm going in there with a clear conscience. It's like, oh, my butthole's tight. But you learn how to relax everything. And so I can understand if some ladies don't want to, you know, jump into, you know, getting the back door slammed, but it is what it is. So.
Oh God, that's hilarious.
Yeah. So and like, that's a great thing. I mean, being in this industry, and I'll say this over and over, like being a female, being in this industry, I've only, like, again, I'm speaking from my own personal experience. Right. I've only felt empowered. I only have felt, you know, hey, I get to say what goes. No, I'm not comfortable with that. No, I don't want to wear that. No, this is uncomfortable, or I'm not ready for that type of thing. So you know, and it's also one of the only careers that where women get paid more than the men. Mm-hmm. And you know, with all that autonomy, it's been a really great experience. I love the business that I'm in. I love that I've made it a career. It has made so much for me come true. And a lot of it has to do with the autonomy over your time. Anytime that you can dictate how you work and your time, being like, oh, I'm going to work today from 12 to 2. And then I might work again from 4 to 6. Get all your shit done. What does it matter? Mm-hmm. So, and not everybody, I think, is a morning person. Not everybody's a night person. And that also shifts over your development and growth of time. But having that autonomy over time is a really special gift. And if you can create that in your life, then you've got something going on.
Yeah, absolutely. And I've kind of went through like a shift like that myself. Like I was always like a night owl, you know, up all night, you know, sleep all day type person. I even worked a third shift job for, you know, a great deal of my, you know, earlier life. But then now I find myself like going to bed earlier and waking up earlier. Like I find it very hard to sleep late. So it's like, I guess, a transition. I don't work that third shift job anymore. So maybe that could be what it is too. But it's like over this weekend, we had Thanksgiving break. And I was up early like every fucking morning. And I was just like, why the hell can't I sleep late? But it was just, I don't know. It's just something in me now. I just get up early for some reason.
Oh, I'm going to grab some water. So I'm going to try to take me.
Go ahead. Go along for the ride.
Come along for the ride. That's why I got you on my iPad. Sorry. Actually, you know what? It'll just be easier if I grab a can. I know. Hey, this is my garage.
Yeah.
I look behind me. I don't know if you can see. That's all liquid death. Just cases upon cases. I have like a pallet, like a truck, 18-wheeler pallet of this shit in my house.
Really? You're an affiliate of them or anything, or you just like it?
Well, my friend Joanna Angel, she works for them, and she sent me a huge pallet, and we talk about it on the podcast a lot and everything like that. I like it because it's canned. It's no more plastic. I don't like to drink out of plastic if I don't have to.
Right. So let me ask you a question. Like pre-adult entertainment, like had you done like threesomes and stuff like that, like before you got into the business?
Fuck yeah, for sure. My first threesome was a lesbian experience. I was like really hot and heavy for this girl Betty, and then went to a party with her and her best friend and her best friend's girlfriend, and we all had sex in the room together.
Wow, what a party!
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was your first ever?
I think that might have been my first ever threesome. I don't know. I fucked a lot.
So, like, I mean, as a woman, like, it's always interesting because obviously some people say, there's no replacement for the dick. And then other people say, well, nobody knows how to please a woman like a woman because they know what they want. What do you say to that?
Well, you could also say a guy would only know how to give another guy a blowjob at that point. You know what I mean? So
correct. But I'm not gonna test that particular theory.
Same point, though, right?
Exactly.
So, honestly, I'm gonna smoke a joint while we talk.
God damn it! Yes, go right ahead. Yeah, partake. I'm
at home, so you're gonna get me at home.
There you go.
Get the real me. This is my view on it. It has nothing to do with like a particular. I mean, okay. Well, yes and no. You might have some people are particularly attracted to certain genders. For me, I get more turned on by the mood, the sensuality of it. A woman can make me come just as hard as a guy can make me come.
Mm-hmm.
But it's going to depend. There's a lot more into it than just, I could come in and fuck a guy like a guy. Like come in, get my rocks off and leave. I'm cool with that. Or, a really good cum session. I think women like to slow it down a little bit more. I don't know. I don't really look at it that way. Like, it's just kind of like sometimes I'm turned on by this and sometimes I'm turned on by that. And it's in the moment. And I don't know. I don't really believe in like this person can say, I've had some bad pussy eaten by girls and I've had bad pussy eaten by men. I mean, seriously, I've had a good dicking by a guy and bad dickings by guys. I've had good dickings by women and bad dickings by women. It has nothing to do with that gender particularly, and it has more to do with that person themselves and how their sexuality is presented and how they're turning you on and their intimacy and like, their way about themselves.
Right. So we had
every woman turns you on.
Right. Exactly. No, I get that. We had Kennedy Rose on the show not too long ago, and she was saying that basically if she was with a guy that wasn't, I guess, big enough for the job, that she would let them go to the back door. She's like, it kind of done two things. She was like, it made them feel like they were getting something that maybe not everybody has, so it kind of boosted their ego. But for me, it was better because they weren't really equipped for the front. How do you deal with that if someone is not up to your standards on the front? Do you just do it anyway? Do you push through? Obviously, nobody likes to say, all right, what are you doing with that? How do you go about navigating that?
I have no problem telling somebody to what are you doing? Get off. Like, no, I can't. I have no fucking problem. And it's funny because, if their dick is really tiny, I definitely do like the fucking backdoor trick. Like, at that point, I don't even give a shit about cleaning out. Your dick's small, bro. It's like here's a pinky. Let me clean it out. All right, we're good. We're good, guys. We're good. We can move on with our business. But
Oh boy. Okay. Now,
this guy, his dick was so small. I went to give him a blowjob. It was a little bigger than a straw, and I was like, I couldn't do it. I could not finish the blowjob.
a straw.
I was like, what is this? I was like, I can't. It's creeping me out. Are you? I was like, tell me you're just SPH or something.
At least if you're not packing in the length category, have something on the girth, for crying out loud. A straw. That's
man, it was like what are those little Venus sausages? It was so tiny. All right, it was a little bigger than that.
so you have no qualms just being like, all right, look, I can't work with this.
I can't do this. I'm not gonna sit there and be miserable with you. I'm gonna get, because at that point I'm gonna get angry, and then I'm gonna dom your ass, and it's just I'm gonna be like, okay, I'm gonna fuck you now. I'm gonna push his legs up, and I'm just gonna, pull my dick out and start fucking him. But no, I don't have a problem. I'm not gonna sit there and like pretend I'm having a good time if I'm not.
Right.
Like, you're gonna tell. I don't have. You know what? I just don't have the energy to do it.
No, I get that. I mean, and as a guy,
I'm not an asshole. I mean, I'm not a total asshole about it. I'm like, like, hey, this isn't, it's a hot dog going down the hallway, honey. It's not it's flopping out.
Well, I feel like too, like if you're not packing the right equipment, you probably shouldn't come there.
Yeah. Like, I don't know. I mean, that's why I'm single. Maybe just give him a little handy. Let me help you out a little bit, okay? Feel like it's one of the movies, like I'm stepmom.
Oh boy. All right.
Let me just help you out with that. I'm so sorry.
Let me take care of that for you there.
One guy I asked, I was like, I was just like, okay, this is total hot dog going down the hallway. I was like, hey, what are your friends up to? You guys could go in there together.
Oh boy. Okay.
With that one, I could have did double anal.
Oh Jesus.
I'm not a double anal girl, but with that.
So DP, I'm taking not an issue here with that.
Yeah. So yeah.
And I'm assuming you have done DP before.
Yeah, I never did DP until I did it on camera. That was the first time.
Really?
I never did gangbang until I did it on camera. That was the first time.
How was the DP the first time you done it on camera?
It was remarkably not too bad. It was really actually quite easy. It seems sometimes it just, and I think other girls will say this too, it just sometimes still feels easier. I think it's because we really can't move a whole lot, and it's really the guy. So you have a guy anchoring in you and one going in and out. Right. Sometimes you get motions, or it's like they've got to actually work together, where my job is to position myself and kind of stay there and enjoy and relax. And the more relaxed I am, the more open I am. Mm-hmm. If you ever want to know how to relax your butthole, just relax your jaw. Just relax this, or relax the tension. It's all connected. I'm serious.
Wow.
Give it a try. Give it a try. I'm just
so
one of those things you don't tell anybody, but you'll be like, let's see if this really works.
See what she's talking about here. And I mean,
hey,
like,
Bobby,
after you done that the first time, was you like, all right, well, fuck yeah, that's something I'll do again for sure.
Yeah, because once you do it, first of all, you've gotten the DP down and stuff like that. You know what to experience. It's just a matter about, how large are the dicks that are going to be going in both of those holes.
Right. Now, was this something that you did enjoy, or was it more or less just for the camera's sake of it?
Oh, I actually enjoyed it. There's something about being filled by two men that's kind of like really kind of hot. I really like all the closeness of it. It's just sorry, like lotion in my eyeball now. But I really like the closeness of it. It could be really super hot and sensual and sexy. It doesn't have to be like hardcore. She's fucking gaping open. It can be really hot and sensual at the same time, and it's very fulfilling. And it's all about like, and if it's done right, it's all about pleasuring the woman. And then obviously pleasuring the woman is pleasuring the man at the same time.
Right. No,
I
absolutely.
mean, I think most guys kind of get off on the fact of like, oh my God, I'm making this pussy wet. Holy shit.
Yeah.
I did that, man. I fucking created the wetness.
Give and take down there. Give and take. So, like, tell me, I know you have to have one of these stories. Everybody's got a story. Non-work related. What's like the hottest fucking hookup that you ever had? Like, not necessarily with a long-standing relationship, but something that just kind of happened on a whim, and it was just like totally fucking hot, whether it be public sex, car sex, whatever the case may be. You don't have to name names, of course.
A lot of people would pucker their butthole right now.
Yeah, we don't want to wreck nobody's marriage or nothing like that.
Don't worry, honey. I knew him before you were married. Not interested at all. Oh man, I've done all kinds of crazy shit. I remember I was stationed in I did a lot of crazy sex, I think, in North Dakota because I was in the Air Force. And there's just,
you were fucking like this while you were in the Air Force.
Huh?
You were fucking like this while you were in the Air Force.
Yeah.
Oh boy. No wonder them guys couldn't fly worth a damn.
Yeah, I mean, I've had some really great experiences fucking, like, you know, I fucked two best friends. What was it, Chris and Mitch?
Same time or different times?
Oh, at the same time and behind each other's backs. It was great. I was like, well, we all should just fuck together. So that was a really cool threesome.
You call them Iceman and Maverick, or I mean,
you know what? I should have, because they kind of remind me of those two. One did have blonde hair, and one did have brunette.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, I think I just wanted. I think I just wanted to have sex with both of them because they were just like best friends, and I was like, you guys are too close. I want to fucking run the train.
It's just not even to pick one. It's just take both.
Yeah, yeah. I like orgies. I like group sex. I think they're fun. Oh yeah. Oh, one of the best orgies I've ever been to was on a yacht in Miami, and it was like myself and like this other performer. Because I think maybe was I invited through him or something. I don't know how I got invited on this fucking orgy yacht, but everyone was much older than us. Like even older than, like, I think they were like between their 50s and 60s. But it was so hot and sexy how these women were multi-orgasm. Like they were just coming, and they'd have two fucks about like, oh, do I look okay? No, they didn't. They're like, I came to fuck and I came to have sex. And I was like, that's gonna be me. I was like, I'm seeing my future. This is fucking great. And it was just so hot watching these women enjoy themselves. You know what I mean? I don't know. Yeah. I love watching people. I don't always have to participate. I can watch people have sex and just get as much enjoyment out of it, right. Especially when the people are just genuinely enjoying each other.
Yeah.
It's fucking hot. Like you can't get any better than that. That's right. And that was like literally a phone call. Hey, what are you doing today? Nothing. You want to go? Yeah, sure. I didn't even expect all of the fucking and squirting, and God, those people were great. I loved them. I was just like, yes, this is how sex can be, and this is how sex can be as you're older. It doesn't just shut off at a certain, like, it's just like, it's such a backhanded compliment when people are trying to say, how long are you going to do that for? I don't know. Do you ask that to the female doctors that, you know, give you medication?
Yeah. How long are you going to be doing medical for?
I don't know, until the wheels fall off. I don't know.
You fucking get tired of it.
Yeah, right? Until whatever. It's such a weird thing to say to people. Don't say that, by the way. Don't say that to people.
I went to it's been a while back, but we got an invite to a party, and when you come in, it was like this house, and then when you come in, you got a sticker, and your sticker was determined of what you were as far as your interaction, whether you were a participant, meaning you were openly having sex with whoever was around, whether you were just a I guess watcher. I forgot, they had a name for it, but yeah, whether you're just a watcher. So it took that pressure off of, okay, well, you know, I just say, for instance, you weren't sure, you were trying to feel your way around it. You could just put the sticker on as the watcher and go check stuff out. And you didn't have to worry about anybody coming up and trying to get you straight into that if you weren't ready for it, because they recognize that sticker that, you know, okay, well, I'm going to go to somebody else. They're just watching. Well, then most of the time people get comfortable and then they go and they change. Okay, well, here's the watching sticker. Let me get a participation. And then you could get involved. And there was like different rooms and different things going on. And it was really cool. I know people think, oh my God, would you really go to that? And I'm like, yeah, it was actually pretty fucking cool. I mean, it was, you know, it was not pressurized like you said in that. Yeah. Everybody there was having a fucking blast. Nobody was doing anything they did not want to do. Trust and believe me when I tell you.
Yeah, absolutely. It was a beautiful experience, and fun and sexy and hot, and you know, it's just people getting together, you know, to have a good fucking time, you know, and that's exactly what they were doing. And it really sounds like at the place that you went, they also that respects a lot of people's boundaries, because
Right.
that's another thing. I love threesomes. I fucking love threesomes, but my rule of thumb when I get involved with any threesome, because usually I'm the unicorn, is I like to be initiated and really coming from the woman, so I know that she's not doing it because she's in a relationship and wants to keep it because of the man. And
Right.
you can always tell those types of like, and it's just gross. It's just like, look, your lady's really not into sharing you. Don't do it.
Right.
Or maybe not be in that relationship. If that's the mindset and how you want, then maybe you need to come to terms that maybe this is not a relationship that's going to work out. If one person's monogamous and the other person is poly or non-monogamous or whatever they are, come to terms with who you really fucking are before you try to get somebody else involved.
No, absolutely.
So like, yeah, I mean, I absolutely love threesomes, but I prefer them coming from more so the female. And I don't fuck my friends.
Right.
I think the rule of thumb, if you're out there, you're a couple, play it safe, hire someone to come in. They're there to make sure that everybody has a great job or a great time. Make sure that they like follow the lead of the woman, you know, that she's your teller. Is she comfortable or not? Because the more comfortable she is and the more she's having a great time, everybody else is having a good time, right?
Yeah, that's the tone setter of the whole thing. If they're off, if she's not into it 100%, like you said, the other woman will be able to pick up on that really quick. And you'll know, okay, she's not really into this. I'm going to either have to force my way through it or, you know, and the whole thing.
I want to force my way through something like that because at that point, I feel it's her that's forcing herself to please somebody else and not herself. And I don't feel right about that. And I don't want to be involved in that type of situation.
And that takes away the whole thing of what you're trying to do.
I will kindly excuse myself and be like, you know what? And I will pull people aside and be like, you don't have to do this. Because they're like, this is my rule. If you are not 100%, I don't give a fuck. You could be 99%. Like, yeah, I'm 99% sure I want to do this. That 1% will come up and bite you in the ass. It will haunt you at night. It'll creep into an argument, and then you're not going to be happy. Yeah. So just wait until you're 100% ready. Communicate and comprehend that, people. Like, understand that. But when everybody's like, I have a couple like that I love, like fucking, they're great. They're a married couple. She leads. She's a multi-orgasm. I just have so much fun just being around them. It's a good time. We're not in a relationship. It's just like we, you know, hey, we're popping in. You want to have some fun? Sure. Like, and it comes from her. So it's like, and it's not coming from like, hey, honey, call her and get her involved. It's more like you can tell in the voice, like she wants to have some fun. Like,
and that makes everything go so much smoother. Like you said, that if they're not into it, it takes away from the whole point of what you're trying to accomplish when you're doing this, because this should be fun for all three parties, not 2 out of the 3.
Yeah, exactly. So always listen to your partner.
I remember years ago,
not just their words, but listen to their body language.
Right.
People lie all the time with words, but their body language will show you a lot more if you're perceptive enough to, you know, or observant enough to pick up on it.
Years ago, when we moved to the area, I live in Charleston, and me and my wife went to a strip club, and we had been a couple of times, and we told this other couple friends, a guy I work with, and he was like, you know, we should go out one night. I was like, we're going out this weekend. He's like, where y'all going? I'm like, we're going to the strip club. And he's like, I ain't never been to one of them. I was like, oh man, y'all should, try it. It's pretty cool. And, but me and my wife, we have that understanding. We go there and we have a good time. We go there, we people watch. Of course, the women like flock to her because she's fucking hot. So they're just like all over her. They don't even pay any attention to the men hardly. And so it becomes like a really good time. And then obviously that does something for us and we come home and we have a good time. Well, when they went out with us, you could just tell that his wife was like super uncomfortable. Of course, he was having a good time because he's looking around at all the naked women, but his wife was just not feeling it. And we got back to work and he's like, man, we had fights for that shit all our days off, man. He's like, she would just accuse me of looking at this one or wanting that one. And I'm like, you should have told me that she was like that. And I would have said that was a bad idea. We just went to dinner because
Yeah,
you can't
wow,
be
but
like that and go there.
but yeah, shit, she needs to work. Well, they need to work on well, I'm not a counselor and I'm not a doctor, but it sounds like they need to work on their relationship and themselves and their communication and comprehension because
Well, they're no longer together anymore. And the crazy thing, as crazy as this is, check this out. As crazy as this is, the girl that was very insecure about him looking at other women, when they got divorced, she actually turned lesbian after that.
Of course she did.
I swear he remarried and she turned lesbian and she is still in a lesbian relationship right now. I was like, wait a minute, was she jealous of him? Like, I don't know what it doesn't make sense, but
you never know. Like, whatever. Like, people get in relationships that really shouldn't be.
Yeah. Oh, all the time, 100%.
And it comes from like, I don't know, a lot of different reasons why, but wow.
So progressing through your adult entertainment career, like you actually started to branch out and do some different things. I think you said you have your own wine or beer. Like, kind of tell us a little bit about that, because I think that is like taking it to the next level, because obviously you're in the business. That's really cool. You get to kind of get your feet wet. You get to do a lot of experiences, but then you kind of parlay that into other businesses. And I think that's only good business sense to try to spread your brand and put your eggs in more than one basket, because a lot of friends that I know around here, for instance, I knew a lot of girls that worked at the strip club, and when COVID hit, the club shut down, and they didn't have anything to do. It was very hard on them, because people, regardless of what people may think about it, that was their job, that was their livelihood, the way they made a living. Some of them then started OnlyFans, but it's always good to diversify and put your interest in other things. Tell us some of the things that you have going on.
So the first thing I came up with was coffee. Everybody likes coffee.
Yep.
Or majority of people like coffee. I love coffee in the morning. And those that can't have the caffeine will even drink decaf if they're a true coffee lover. So I came up with High AF coffee, high altitude for coffee. It is not infused. I'm actually going to do a little rebranding on it to take the word high out because it confuses too many people. But this is my coffee. We have beans and grind, hot cocoa, and coming out with a tea. And I really just came up with the idea because I love coffee and I traveled around a lot. And like my biggest thing, I love going to like local coffee roasters. So if I went to South Carolina, I would be like, oh, is there a local coffee roaster here? Let me try their coffee, blah, 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 blah. I usually buy it back. I like to support local businesses, yada, yada, yada. And just sort of traveling around, it grew a love for coffee and then came up with that product. That also parlayed into a comedy show that was cannabis friendly out in LA for a while. Then the pandemic hit. We turned that into a podcast now. So the High As Fawx Show is now a podcast where me and my best friends, we have people from my industry, from different other industries like cannabis, liquor, beer, AI, just all sorts. Comedians. Right. So all the comedians I used to have on the show, I have on the show now, to chat, see what's everybody up. Along with just him and I just chatting.
Sally Mullins?
What?
Sally Mullins, you ever heard of her?
No.
She's she lives in California. She was a comedian and she got into porn like super late. She got into porn like in her 40s. So like she's in like what they call like the GILF territories or whatever. But I mean, she looks good to be her age, but she does comedy too. She's like that was how we presented her on the show, was a comedian and porn star.
Oh, nice. I'll look her up.
Yeah.
So yeah, that turned into podcast. So I've been having this coffee for a while, and I'm here local Las Vegas, and I ran into just was at the right place at the right time, I guess. And this guy that has a local brewer, Matt, Astronomy Ale Works, which is a local brewery here in Vegas. We met and he's like, hey, I have a coffee. It's like, man, I've been wanting to do a coffee beer. You want to collab? And I was like, yeah. And so we did. And we now have a coffee beer called Cheers for Breakfast. It's available obviously only in Nevada, mostly in Vegas because it's a microbrew. And you can get it at Astronomy Ale Works or like at Corey's and also downtown, the Booze District, and so forth. It's really, really good. It's super good. It's only a 5.5 because it's with a nice ale, golden ale, and so it's not gonna get you totally twisted like our stout did. We did a coffee stout. I'm gonna do another coffee. Actually, it's not gonna be a coffee stout. Where is it? I don't know. I haven't decided yet. I'm doing another stout in December. We're gonna have a release December 16th. It's called the MILF Stout. Now the milk, yeah, milk. Rather than a milk stout, we're doing MILF Stout. Now that one is going to be the Alexis Fawx actual beer. So that will actually have my name on it. It'll be Alexis Fawx. And it'll be something that I will be producing and putting in, just not just a collab, but something that I will actually be working on. We'll also have a blonde ale that will be our standard beer, so that it'll always be available. But our stout will probably do like a Christmas, like around Christmas, to a MILF stout. Summertime, we're gonna play on the color of my hair. You know, I've had brown, blonde, and red, so we'll do like a strawberry something, you know, maybe springtime or summer for my birthday, and just have a lot of fun with it. But yeah, the blonde ale is going to be our standard series. I actually have I have the artwork for the label and everything like that. It's fucking phenomenal. If you give me a moment, I'll show you.
Yeah, you have to send us one of those beers when you get them done. Send us one. We'll put it up here on the shelf and advertise.
I will. Yeah, give Tanya your info, and I would be more than happy to send you some coffee and some beers so you can have a little collection of my goods.
Yeah, absolutely. And
that's
what we do when we have like authors on the show, they'll send us the books. So those are some of the books of guests we've had on.
That's going to be the label.
I got a little Jessica Rabbit thing going on there.
Well, I wore a very similar dress to an XBiz Awards. You can look at it. Yeah. So that's going to be the blonde ale. The MILF Stout will have the dark hair, and so it's just to kind of play on that.
Wow. And you said you had wine too, right?
1 second. Yeah. Yes. I'm in an interview. Sorry, I am also closing on a house, and tomorrow we're signing paperwork at 8:30, and I didn't want them to be hanging on wondering if it would be okay. That works. Okay, sorry about that. I apologize. I normally don't do it, but
no problem.
That's okay, dude. Man, fucking buying a house is something else. What a trip that has been. I can't wait to sign those papers and go to the bank and do everything that needs to be fucking done. But anyway, sidetrack. Anyway, so the blonde ale is coming out. So I'll have those beers that are actually on the market. So what's really cool about that is, you know, it's a very cool venture. I'm getting into it. It's, you know, my first intention is not to be making like, I'm not looking to be Budweiser.
Right.
But what's really fucking cool about it, and what people should think about, is that it's putting my name, Alexis Fawx, in people's refrigerators, in people's cabinets. They're having parts of me that maybe they wouldn't have given me a try if, you know, just coming out of the box. You know what I mean? So it's just really cool. And it'll be a collector's item. I mean, if you're smart, you're going to pick it up, you know, and keep it around. Bring it to an AVN. It'll be ready by AVN. Bring it to an AVN. I'll sign it. With that also, I bought a barrel and I made 240 bottles of wine. I just had the artwork done. This bottle will.
That's a lot of backdoor action right there with the 240 bottles of wine.
Right. And I only need a couple sips because I'm a fucking lightweight. I just put it in my rectum and just, you know, give myself a wine enema. Woo! Have you ever done that? That shit will get you fucked up.
I've heard of that. I've never done that. I read an article. We're big. This is a big football country down here. And like, I was reading an article one time.
Your wife's gonna be like, who the fuck could you interview? No, I'm not sticking wine up my ass.
It's funny.
Just try it.
Down here in the South Carolina, it's like big football country. And I read an article where the Tennessee Volunteers, they said it was like something they were doing at a frat party where they were funneling beers into their ass. And I was just like, why the fuck would someone do such a thing? That just seems like
that's run to the toilet because
to
they're going to fucking spray it out. You better run to the toilet because they're going to spray it all over the place.
Apparently, it's one of those things to where it like hits you immediately or something. I don't know. I can't attest to that. I've never done it. Call me old fashioned.
Should use my mouth on this one.
Yeah. I just drink mine. I don't know what the fuck else they got going on down there in Tennessee, but I'm just follow that old Judeo-Christian ethic of drinking it down the hatch there.
I love it. I just had the artwork done with this. We're gonna call this Lilith's blood. It's like the female demon, and she's holding the grapes and squeezing the grapes, and the blood like coming down. It's a really cool label. I'm working with an artist here in Vegas, and he's also doing my rebranding. We're changing that up a little bit.
Just had like this vision of you getting that wine poured on you and then someone snapping pictures. That would be like the best fucking photo.
We'll do a commercial like that for sure.
Yeah, you're gonna have to. Yeah. I don't know. It's like that Hostel scene where the fucking blood's just pouring on that woman. I don't know what to do. Something's killing him, and she's laying up under it. Just everything's just falling on her. She's just fucking going to town.
Wow. Yeah, maybe I'll get some nails and we'll have fun with that. Yeah, we'll do some really cool advertising. So with the beer, I can sell it. That because I'm selling it through Astronomy Ale Works. We're working through his actual alcohol license and stuff like that. With the wine, because I just bought a barrel, it is not a sellable product. Okay. However, what I am going to be doing is obviously giving it to my friends and family, and I will be gifting it to those fans that have been with me for the last 12, 13 years. Those fans that spend a lot of fucking money on me. So get spent, guys. Because think about this bottle of wine. It's not like a can of beer, people are gonna drink, boom, bang, it's done, right? They're not usually like, I'm gonna keep this around because I made it.
Right.
A bottle of wine, it's fresh. So if anybody's right, if anybody's good, if anybody's wise about it, they're gonna hold it for a couple years. Mm-hmm. Well, think about the value of that wine. I'm also gonna like actually autograph each one. Each one's gonna be numbered, and it's gonna come with a certificate saying, yes, this is what I created, so you have it. This bottle of wine will only go up in value.
Right.
If you save that for 10 years, that's something else. That's a hell of a gift.
Yeah, and think if the beer blows up, then that's going to in turn push the value of the wine up even further. So no, I will hopefully Hollywood here at Crime and Entertainment gets a bottle of that. We can put that up on the shelf there. For sure.
I'll be hooking I'll hook you guys up really.
Yeah, right. I'll tell the wife. All right, I'm gonna tell you what Alexis told me I got to do with this. Bend over.
Honey, get the funnel. We're gonna meet me in the bedroom. Wine. Don't worry. We don't need glasses. We don't need glasses.
Those rubber sheets.
Honey, the college kids are doing it. It's okay.
Yeah, in Tennessee, they loved it. Don't worry about it.
Jokes I can make.
All right. So what all else you got going for the people that want to try to track you down? Because I got a feeling anybody that listens to this interview is going to want to hear and see more of Alexis Fawx. So where else can they find you? What all social medias, what all sites, OnlyFans, et cetera, et cetera.
All right, get your pen and paper out. There's a long list.
Well, we'll put as many as allowed in the show notes. I can't put certain websites because I'll get it kicked off here, but I'll put as many as I can.
I totally understand. Okay, so my Instagram is Alexis Fawx Live. So it's very safe for work, and I do have subscribers on there, so you can subscribe to me on it if you want. It has exclusive content. I'm on TikTok as Plant Mama A Fawx.
I do got to write that down. Plant Mama A Fawx. All right.
Yeah, I'll send it to you. I didn't restart it. I don't know. Anyway, and then I have Twitter, Alexis Fawx. Foxfans.com is my not safe for work OnlyFans. Just Foxit is my safe for work OnlyFans. I have loyal fans. I don't know the link to that.
Okay, so I gotta ask really quick. What is give me a brief description of what is safe for work.
For safer work, because the way OnlyFans and some, like, let's say IG works, like, it's a different part of my life. So more of the day in a life, cooking on it, exercising. Like, I'm gonna take it because I don't do lives anymore on my IG. I keep it very like limited of what you get for free anymore.
Yeah.
Only to bring more value to my other pages, because I feel like if you're a subscriber to something, let's make it special. You're gonna get a lot more closer interaction with me. So eventually, what this is going to transition into will be a cooking show, where I'll invite other industry people or other people on, and maybe we'll make either something with their favorite things, or let's say we make something with the beer, or we'll make something, you know, have Matt on. Well, Matt loves to cook, you know, stuff like that. Or have, you know, so many industry girls, ladies, women, you know, a lot of us all cook. So bring somebody on, you know, cook with me, exercise, yoga, crazy antics. I'm always doing weird shit. Like, I have a flamingo outfit. I just go around in public in now, just because, like, fuck it, who gives a shit? So it's just going to bring a different part of me to my fans versus the naked part.
Right. No, I get that 100%. We will put all of that in the links to this YouTube, and we'll have it on the audio side as well. So if you guys want to go check it out, give her a follow, subscribe to some of that content. I just got a few questions left before we get out of here. When you're going to do a scene with a woman, what is more important for you, for the woman to have? Would you prefer tits or ass? I don't got to be one or the other.
I don't even care. I have to pick one.
Well, which one do you have more fun with? You know, like guys, they always say, "Well, I'm a tit man" or "I'm an ass man," and usually I'm a both man. I like them both.
Yeah, I like them both, because I can, like, literally, if I got a smaller titty and a nice ass and a big fat ass, I might play with the ass. I'll play with everything. You know, women's bodies are a fucking playground. Like, I can't pick one body part. Like, women are beautiful. Oh my god! Like, let me just explore. I cannot pick one part. That would just.
Okay, well, swap to the guy. Length or girth?
Oof. Yeah, long pencil dicks hurt sometimes, but like a short fatty is weird too.
We're all the.
I'm like, are you drawing a smiley face on my cervix? What the fuck's going on? I got a little stick figure down there now. And the last guy drew a figure. What can you do? I don't know. Then you get like a fat apple or something. I don't know. I mean, well, you're gonna create a big air pocket.
Ever just tell them, like, hey, I got a strap on that I'm gonna put over that. I'm gonna help you out here. Give me one sec. I'll be right back.
Just 1 second. I have an attachment for
that. Don't move. Don't move. I'll be right back.
Just simmer down, sir. Relax.
Oh my God.
I got this handled.
Alexis, I've had a ball in this interview. I hope you have too.
I did too. Thank you so much for having me. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, I absolutely had a good time. Now we're gonna reach back out to you when you get everything up and running with the beer and the wine. We'll have you back on. You can tell everybody how that's going. If you got any appearances you got coming up, you want to plug real quick before we get out of here?
We got AVN and XBiz coming up, guys. X3 AVN in Vegas and X3 in Las Vegas. I'll be signing at the Browsers booth. It's my fam.
All right. Well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. I am Hollywood Wade. That was Alexis Fawx. And unfortunately, we are out of time. Tune in next week for an all-new episode of Crime and Entertainment. Alexis, we appreciate you stopping by.
Peace out. Thank you so much.
All right. Bye-bye.